face, and they're all like, "Sir, just so you know, we're detaining you until you tell us your legal status." Now, this guy, you looking at him, he is white as a goddamn sheet. But
So, like,
and he's just sitting
when he's wearing his official robes, does it make him look naked?
maybe.
I mean, you
But it
said
was,
white as a sheet, you know.
I mean, he might prob
That
probably.
it's a KKK joke. Let's move on.
But yeah, it was pretty funny. He's sitting there just not saying shit to the guy, just staring at him as the guy's like, "We're detaining you until you tell us your legal status." And he's just staring at him with the window up in his little Bucky's fucking sweatshirt, and I was rolling.
I gotta wonder though, because like, I mean, one of the things I don't know is as far as these unmarked stormtroopers are like, you know, going into communities and fucking with people. Um, like, what's the distribution of like urban to rural? Is something I would like to know. Like, I don't know if there's data on that.
You're wondering if ICE is hitting the urban areas more than the rural, is that what you're asking, or
Or
vice versa?
no, or just like what is the distribution of these like fucking, you know, roundup death squads? Because you know, and somebody else made the point. I had been thinking it, but I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not, you know, well, I am batshit crazy, but that might not be the reason for me thinking this way. Like, I don't know, not for nothing, because as I've said before, like this is the first time I've ever lived in an urban area for any extended period of time. Like I'm country, and if dudes were rolling up in unmarked cars and like grabbing people and like throwing them in a van, um people tend to be strapped in the country is what I'm saying.
So I can
Yeah,
And
but they need you isolated, vulnerable, and alone. They're catching people out of family courts. They're catching people at places
yeah.
they're supposed to be working. They're using anonymous tips. They're go. It's hard to justify to explain. They these are opportunists. They like to just
yeah,
come in on
I mean,
people who are weak and vulnerable. And out in the rural
yeah,
areas, you don't have like neighbors everywhere. So like if some shit
right.
happens in the city, then you're gonna get a whole group of people who are angry immediately. It's gonna make news. But if it happens in the middle of nowhere, then there's no one to complain if, as long as they take everybody.
Well, right, but also I'm just thinking, like, statistically speaking, if they're doing this with anything like the frequency and intensity they're doing it in urban spots, um,
Oh yeah, for sure.
some of these, statistically speaking, some of these ICE agents should have met the unfortunate end of a bullet at this
Well,
point.
why do you think they want a mask?
Oh no, well, yeah, because they don't want somebody hitting them later. Pop, pop.
I'm sorry. This is Officer Douche Nozzle. This is exactly where you'll find him and his family.
Right, and because not for
Well,
nothing,
the
if you ever lived in one of these rural areas, like everybody in the county knows everybody.
right.
Yeah,
So like,
they might turn a blind eye to a couple of them.
well,
It depends on the person, for
I just
sure.
mean like if you live in that county, or quite honestly, like maybe in a 3 county like radius, if the officer, sorry, like quote, officer lives in that area, even if they're wearing a fucking balaclava, like somebody's cousin is going to be like, "Isn't that Joey?"
I don't live with
You
the
know?
Mexicans. They hate the Mexicans.
But
in this area.
Yeah,
so.
in
but
the rural
but
They
if
hate those
if
guys.
Gladys is talking about it to Mildred, and of course the young brown lady that's filling their ice water, like, oh, she probably doesn't speak English anyway, so they're not gonna hold back in front of the servants.
I don't know.
When they're out.
They are the type to take children. We've seen how the Israelis do.
Right. I'm just saying, like, even the relatives or whomever of those quote unquote agents, loose lips sink ships. Like, they're gonna say
So,
something in front of somebody.
the agents around here are not local. They come in from
They
out of
never
like,
are. You don't.
They
You don't
specifically
send
ship
people
them
to.
in.
You don't send people to
yeah,
brutalize
they
your own house.
specifically ship them in. So I get where you're getting at. If it was Officer Doofy, then yes, we would know. But the problem is that they ship these cunts in.
Intentionally too, because then they're less inclined to be kind.
Yeah,
Well,
doing
yeah,
this
because
for a
they're
long
not going to
time.
be like, oh
They've been doing
shit,
this a
that's
long
the
time in
guy that
black
cuts my
neighborhoods.
aunt's lawn.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And then not only that, so like here, and this isn't me praising the police in any sense of the fashion. Like, so the ICE detention center here, 2 people escaped, and ICE like called the police, and the police was like, "No, bro, we ain't gonna help you."
Right. And coming from them, it's coming from douchebaggery, but we support the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I mean, like a broken clock, yada yada, right?
I mean, they didn't do it
But
for noble intentions, but
no,
Right.
they didn't.
They did it because they're assholes, but
it's not their
you know,
jurisdiction. They're all about jurisdiction.
Top of that, like they don't want to do shit, dude.
well, yeah,
Like why?
it's not the
They don't
jurisdiction.
want
They
to do
don't want to do
donkey.
work.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't my
Why do you
fucking job.
think? Why do you think Colorado and Washington were so early to pass medical marijuana laws and then pass it recreationally? Because they had a fuck ton of users and a fuck ton of growers and a fuck ton of sellers. And they're like, you know what? Your federal regulations aren't paying our salaries. Like, we have so many other people to harass. This is not worth our time.
Would you want to share the spotlight with some fucking ICE agents?
I think
Well,
I'd
no,
rather
but
shoot myself in the fucking head.
then you can't pose around the table with
They
like,
weren't even around a minute ago. You know, fuck those guys. As far as the cops are concerned, they're not
Well,
real.
I think the cops also realized to an extent, and I don't know how much of an extent that is that like, dude, this could come back on them later.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh
help
yeah,
these
for sure.
people. Like they don't. I'm sure they realize that this isn't necessarily legal.
You mean the cops need to lay low?
Well, like yeah, to an extent. I mean,
It would be a PR nightmare now, wouldn't it?
it fucking would. Like, I mean, unfortunately, there is no good intentions in anything with the police, right? It's all
Yeah,
about
they're just
saving their own ass.
they're afraid of the pro-democratic people.
Well, yeah, because I think that they realize like Trump's only going to be in for 4 years, right? I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully. I get that. I get that that's not a possibility, but I mean, I
and
think you
also,
should think that way.
and also, like, I would also posit that, like, to some extent, they have to realize like what side their bread is buttered on, right? Like, if you perform fascist policing in support of the local auto dealership owner, you're going to get a little consideration. Like they're gonna buy tickets to your policeman's ball. Like they're gonna
Right.
maybe they'll donate some Humvees or some shit. But like if you're doing it on the federal government say so, there's no nice little kickback for that
Well,
you're
on
not
top
already
of
going to get.
top of it, you
I mean,
kind of hinted at it earlier about, like this is so and so who does whatever, in your community that
Bro, they walk around
and
in jeans and t-shirts. Come on. Of course
the
cops
ICE
don't like them.
agents,
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything that they do to try to keep up an air of legitimacy, ICE is just like, nah, I'm gonna not wear identification. And the cops are
yeah.
gonna get blamed for it. Like,
Yeah,
so
and
I can,
honestly, I don't know. Like I know undercover cops are a staple of like novels and television and all that. I never got the impression that actual cops like undercover that much. I think they actually prefer having like their badge and their uniform and being like, we're official.
yeah, they
Like
prefer to stand around protecting shit and then retiring as early as
sta-
possible.
stand
yeah, 'cause, like,
around playing Candy Crush, you mean?
pretty much in the
Fucking
middle of a school
fucking
shooting,
bullying kids occasionally.
Yeah.
got to keep that prison
Skateboard
or
here,
that
you're not you're rebel rouser.
school to prison pipeline going,
Yeah. Like if they just want to be nuisances. They don't want to do work. It's
Right,
too hard.
and then you
So
got
they,
these ICE agents coming in, causing all kinds of shit storms. Who knows what they're doing to crime? Apparently, who knows what they're doing to to their authority? Who knows what they're doing to any I mean, it's gonna make the waters hotter because you're bringing in a clearly fascist force that are untrained, undisciplined, and they're just honestly laughable by most people if they weren't so dangerous.
Right.
The cops
And
have been
think
there
about
since
it.
day one, and they're like they're like proven race soldiers, you know. So what do we need ICE here for? The dirty work, the dirty
Yeah.
little roaches doing the dirty work that we don't want to do. Yeah, of course they don't like them.
And think about it. Like you're a local cop. Like you've done your time. Like
20 years on the force, and this ICE agent shows up 3 years ago.
and you have put in the time harassing the locals, you know, sort of leaning on them so you get your giant discount or free shit. And
Plus a
like,
union or two.
yeah, and it's like, do you
Classic
really
cops.
want some fed motherfucker coming in and like pretending to enforce the law in your stomping grounds?
I wouldn't like it.
I'm just saying, average cop I've met might feel some kind of way about that.
That's like asking you to train your replacement at work. That's what that is.
Yeah, and
We're
I
supposed
don't
to be
think
the goon squad around here.
I don't think the local FOP would be super happy about that. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
but the flip side of that is there is some cops that are all gung ho for this shit too. Like I
And
know
there's
that
cops
cops have been
there's
pulling.
cops that don't like it at all.
Right. Because like there's been places around here where cops have pulled somebody over and they're like legit cops that just pulled the guy over and he couldn't prove that he was a citizen, so they turned him over to ICE.
Hmm.
Yeah, and but they got to do the catching and bullying and dehumanization and
Yeah, but
that
that's
kind of
work.
thing.
You know, now we got to send it to ICE instead of just sticking them in a cell somewhere and
Yeah,
harassing them.
then it's interagency communication. You know that shit is going to cause paperwork. Who the fuck wants that? You just
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to bully somebody, maybe take them on a midnight ride and dump
Ah, he
them
ain't hurt
somewhere out of
nobody. Just throw him
town.
back out of the car, Rodney King style.
Yeah, you don't want any official record of this shit.
It's your word against mine, and now we got to get an ICE agent involved.
Wait, he wants to know the probable cause for why I stopped the car? No. This
Mass
is
surveillance is our shtick. Get your own, beatnik.
we stop the car, see what we see, and figure out what the cause was later. That's how this works.
I got my quota, man. This ain't helping my quota. They don't all still have
So
quotas
anyway,
anymore, do they?
But yeah, it's pretty crazy, honestly. The whole thing, just how it's different for every place and even every individual. Like pig, fucking pigs.
Yeah, I already don't like the cops. Like they show up at the workplace, even on legitimate reasons. I'm like, "Ah." But an ICE agent shows up. Better show some identification. You're getting decked.
and well, but I don't know, like me just being cynical, I wouldn't tend to believe anybody that said they was anyway. Even if
You can call in a badge number.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
show me
saying
some
like
fucking ID,
even
pig.
yeah, but how do I know? How do I know you didn't just like copy down some like real feds information? I don't know. Even
I
if
don't
I
know. It's a,
was,
that
even if
badge
I
Eventually,
is
at
up on
some
the
was
point,
pig
inclined
now.
to cooperate,
eventually,
which
at
I'm
some point,
not,
there's gonna be a lawyer.
right? But I mean, I'm blessed and highly favored, right? I'm pasty as
Hmm.
fuck, and
Hmm.
I'm also like a little old, um, and
So
in
that's
my
helped, but it's getting to the point
in
now where
my
that almost don't matter.
well, no, and
Yeah,
I'm not saying
but they also know
that's a
that like
perpetual I'm not saying that's a perpetual get out of jail free card. I know for a fact that it's not. But the point is that as far as how one can be situated, if someone official comes into my place of business, I appear to be a middle-aged white lady with some I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like it's not power exactly, but like I've got gravitas behind me. I'm supposed to be taken
authority.
seriously. Not even authority exactly, because I'm not a boss. I'm not the boss of
Will
anybody.
respect my authority.
Yeah, kiss my
Mm-hmm.
grits. Exactly. And it's like, if not me, then who? Like I'm probably situated as good as I can get, like other than being like a bald white dude in his 40s whose name has something to do with finance. Like other than that, I'm situated about as well as I could be if they were to come up in my office and start asking questions to be like, no, fuck you, leave.
Yeah, and you could do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As long as I can, I figure I
So
should.
the other thing I will recommend, since we're talking about this, is I know Colorado has a hotline for if you see ICE to report them. And they actually have these trained people will come out and like they're observers and they watch ICE and they'll write down everything and then they'll also like tell people their rights and stuff like that.
It's the modern version of flipping pigeons.
Yeah, well, we have we do have locals who are on that kind of notification thing, and early on in this administration, uh, one of my coworkers made a point of printing out like know your rights cards in all of the languages that we know our folks to speak, and laminating them and having them like in our little main area, like, oh, by the way, here, take one of these with you.
Hell yeah.
In English
So,
and
I mean,
Spanish.
Portuguese, Haitian Creole,
Oh, nice.
Thai, oh God, yeah, one of our families is from Uzbekistan.
Ooh.
Shit, I think we have that shit in Farsi. Like I don't know, but like, yeah, she found a good resource for that. Props to her. Like she's an annoying
Baller.
pain in the ass sometimes, but like her brain's in the right place on that one. But yeah, I mean, and
Yeah,
it's already it's already affecting some of the people I work with, like this shit.
Yeah, it's so fucked up. It's
Yeah.
beyond
Like people
pale,
who
for
are
sure.
afraid to come to their appointments.
Does ICE even have an approval rating?
I
Do they even have like people who like take public support as a measurement?
mean,
They've gotta.
the
'Cause I don't
pool
know.
of
I would
people
put it
cast
right
might be very
on the
small.
level of pond scum. Maybe a little bit lower, actually. We got to go lower. What do we got lower
Yeah.
than pond scum?
Well,
Cockroaches?
Like
know,
syphilis or like syphilis.
Yeah, I would put them below syphilis. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, Pew Research has in fact done this. ICE's approval rating is generally low and viewed negatively by the public,
shocked.
particularly among Democrats, in an event shocking literally just Democrats.
How low is it?
The survey found that 77% of Republicans view ICE favorably, while only 28% of Democrats and Democratic leaners share that view. I can't believe
Okay, so
it's
it's
at
like 50-50.
28%.
That sounds high.
Yeah, that's actually
I
not.
can't believe it's at fucking 28% for Democrats.
28%. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we all know they're just diet right.
For what it's worth, ICE
The
is
Democrats are
the
far worse than we
least
thought.
ICE is the least popular federal agency, which is
Yeah, no
truly
shit.
saying something.
More people approve of the IRS.
And Congress.
Holy
And
fuck.
Congress. Jesus, Lord. You're less popular than Congress.
Yep. That's right.
The insider trading people.
That is correct.
But sometimes people gotta die. People, they're less popular than them.
Listen, we're all gonna die, people, you know.
Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Who's the highest? Sanitation work?
I don't.
Actually, that's a
Are
really
there
good
there
question.
federal sanitation workers? I mean, I think the closest we had is the EPA, and we gutted them. So,
Oh yeah, it depends on who's still around.
right?
Hang on.
But I don't see Trump digging
Oh
in
yeah,
with
I
a
knew
wrench.
it, baby. Number 1 on the list. Let's go. National Park Service with a 76%
Oh, the
favorable
Rangers.
rating,
Yes.
Fuck
followed by
yes.
the USPS and NASA.
Okay, that
Nice.
Although
makes total sense.
the drop off after NASA is extreme.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta say, like, I think that's a fairly legit top 3.
It goes to the CDC, and the unfavorable
No,
becomes
no.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
because
no,
yeah.
because the
That's
CDC is
that's
fucked
number
now.
4.
they're
Yeah.
never coming back from COVID. Never.
Never.
Hi there, new wave. Who this?
Hey, for years we were the world's experts on how to shut down everything, but because of our current administration, we're just not going to try here, okay?
Yeah.
You mean we could have eradicated it and we didn't? For
Oop.
shame. I wonder if that's why their approval rating.
Like,
Yeah.
do
The
any of
drop
the
off is pretty extreme
anti-vaxxers
after NASA.
do any of the
Oh, who else do we got on that
anti-vaxxers
list?
like
Who else we got on that list?
Do you want the list in order?
Yeah. Yeah, let's hear
why
it.
the fuck
Let's
not?
go, baby.
Give us time for
National
commentary
parks. National parks. Let's fucking go. USPS and NASA.
too. Okay.
There is
okay.
a 30-point drop
Dude.
going to the CDC.
That is low.
Yeah. Department of
But
Transportation,
fair.
Social Security. It really is like shocking to me. Like, I'd rather go to PennDOT than deal with my own Social Security. Those motherfuckers are paying you. Like, come on.
Oh, if they pay you after all the means testing you have to do every single year to stay and keeping your benefits
Fair.
that they don't even want to give you and reduce all the time, and they make it worse so they can privatize it. Yeah, no, yeah, I can see that.
Oh wait, and don't forget, like, if these fucking bills pass, then they're clawing back the Medicaid expansion.
That's true.
Mhm.
EPA, the then Veterans Affairs, which again, like,
We are
I'm very
now
surprised
in
how
worthless.
low.
With the EPA,
Yeah.
we are in completely worthless.
Yeah. FBI, Health and Human Services, Department of Homeland
FBI.
Security. Yeah, I mean, the Health and Human Services just doesn't exist anymore. So what is there to
Yeah,
like?
no, there's nothing.
Is the Department of
then the
Education even
Federal
in the
Reserve.
rankings, or have they decided that they don't
Oh,
exist anymore yet?
We'll get there, Juniper. We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Department of Homeland Security, the Federal Reserve, and coming in just over the Department of Education, the CIA.
Wow. Oh.
Wait, you
Wow,
gotta
they
be.
really don't like education.
They really, it is
Yeah, both
very
the FBI
interestingly.
and the CIA outrank the fucking Department of
Who
Education.
is out here cheerleading leading the FBI and the CIA?
For the listeners at home, the Department of Education is also the first government agency that has a higher unfavorable rating than a favorable rating.
Where did the Department of Education touch you on this doll?
Exactly.
The right wing in this country is so anti-education that they just do not view the Department of Education as a positive thing.
It's the woke
You're
agenda,
taking
huh?
away from the mines. You're taking away from the
Everything's behind-
mines. I can get a
everything before
5-year-old
it
in
is
that
woke.
crack.
There's two left on this list.
Everything else. Are these the wokest ones?
Department of Justice, and then at the very bottom of the list, if you don't include ICE, IRS, baby. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
But I
DOJ
do
and
love
ICE.
that the IRS is still more favorable than fucking ICE.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sometimes
But,
people
you
get
know.
punished for doing wrongdoing. Sometimes, I guess, maybe.
Oh, awesome. They broke out the data for Dems and Republicans too.
Oh boy.
The Democrats are doing some fucking work to make NASA popular because 60-17, okay, you know what? I'll give credit where
They like
credit is due.
Nazis.
But they are doing work on the CDC, who I think, if we recall, was number 4. The CDC for Republicans has a 59-33 unfavorable to favorable rating, whereas with the Dems it's 12-78. Jesus.
Wow, that's a big gap.
Yeah,
Makes
that
sense.
is a huge gulf. And same thing with the Department of Education in an event shocking literally no one.
Department
It
of
really,
Education.
it really do just be like NASA, USPS, and fucking the National Park Service that are bringing any joy to anyone.
Yeah,
And they cut the National Park Service.
deeply.
Oh yeah, fuck
very,
them
very
I think
heavily.
they did the USPS too,
And
didn't they?
USPS, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
if they, I wonder if they were more popular before those cuts, like crazy popular.
probably.
They went down in the 90s. A lot of people were abusive in the 90s, but that tapered off, and it was definitely more popular in the 80s, 70s. They even used to have propaganda about it on TV in the 60s. Like, look at the friendly fucking mailman. And now they have to be like, look at the friendly fucking capitalist and the dastardly Molestrios, the postman. When really it's like Molestrios is clearly the businessman.
Hmm.
God, sorry I'm dying.
I've
By the
What?
tried
way,
not doing that.
I could try not doing that, but then I would be ignoring my body and ignoring my truth.
The USPS should make make some stamps about being number 2.
Yeah,
We're at number 2. We're at number 2.
be amazing. You think we're number 2? Actually, we're number 2.
Only behind Smokey the Bear.
Taking number 2 all over the place. You're gonna hear about my number 2.
There's a bear shit in the woods.
Does a bear shit in my mouth is the real question. And the answer is,
It doesn't.
shucks
Only
at
if
It
you ask it
doesn't.
nicely.
It shits in the postal service. Number 2, baby.
Park's holding it down. Quiet
hell
life and shit. It's like the only thing we can agree on in
yeah.
some cases.
Well, that's why. Like, have you ever heard that PETA is a CIA operation?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have heard this.
Yeah,
I'm not
They're
convinced. I
it's
they're
think the
just
not
vegans
that
are just
far
like,
fetched.
violently incompetent.
it's not totally far fetched. They're
No.
just incompetent, though.
Yeah, well, that's why like people are like it's an op because like 90 like you could get like 90% agreement on like are animals cute and fun, and somehow PETA will come along and people will be like I have to eradicate every fucking animal I see just to spite these people.
hmm
So
hmm
like again if PETA wasn't real, the CIA would have to invent PETA.
Right. Okay.
You
They're
say
so
PETA, and I keep
they're
thinking
so
of the Hunger Games.
unbelievably ineffective that they have to be a psyop.
Well, yeah, like they have to like if they're not a
They're
psyop,
counter to their own actions.
yeah, if they're not a psyop, like you can like the CIA would just invent them anyway. Because like it'd be like, good, they can't even agree on animals being cute anymore. Haha, we got them. Controlled opposition. And it's like, yeah, to some degree, like that's how much PETA sucks. Like you would rather
I
bash
mean,
a dog's
it's a
brains in with like a brick rather than like deal with PETA. You know what I mean? Like you would just be like, you know what? If I have to be on the same side as PETA, I think I'm just gonna take a buzzsaw to a cat's face and see what happens. Oh, do you like horses? Check this out. I went down to the glue factory and took a bunch of photos with the horses getting shot in the face.
Joker sets up an elaborate plot, and he sets up the button from Batman Begins, Heath Ledger Joker, and he's like, "All right, we got a room full of PETA and a room full of ICE agents.
Yeah. But you
This
can
is gonna
only
hurt,
pick
folks."
one boat. And then like everybody is like fist fighting over which boat to blow up, and they're like, look, they're fighting to stop the boats. No, and then everyone's like, fuck you, ICE, fuck you, PETA. And he's like, this is going better than
Can we
expected.
choose both? No, you can't choose both. Make your
So
choice.
I sneak over, drill a hole in the one boat, so it starts to sink. They all get into the other boat, and
We don't
then
got time. Press the fucking button.
Yeah. They're like,
Press the
yep.
fucking button.
they're like, wait. The Joker can't actually stop us from putting both detonators in one guy's hands and counting down to 3. The
The
Joker
answer is
can't
tie up the
stop us
Joker
from
and
Right?
press the
They
button.
like rig signals and lights. They check time delays using like lights and mirrors. You know what I mean? And they're like, okay, on 3 we blow up both boats.
At the end, the lone girl stops and looks at the Joker as he feels defeated with his plot being foiled by
Yeah.
everyone hating him so much. And she says, "Thank you for rigging both of them up to die."
Yeah. Everyone like his Joker's like, everyone's gonna hate me. And then like afterwards they're like, we gotta throw the Joker a fucking parade. Everybody get your money together. Come on, we gotta throw Joker a parade right now. Joker needs a parade. He did the most wonderful thing anybody could have ever done. Did you know he killed both PETA and ICE? Like there were like 3
I would have
cheers for
settled just
President
for ICE.
Joker. Yeah, he's like, I would
I
have
would
done
have
it just for
settled just for
PETA.
PETA.
Yeah.
What a nice man.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh my god, the Joker's great. The Batman's like, Joker, I'm gonna stop you, and everybody is just like, fuck you, Batman.
No,
Fuck
don't
you,
stop.
They start whipping bottles and shit
Everybody
at him.
starts. I was gonna say everybody starts throwing rocks at him.
Yeah, they start whipping bricks and rocks and
Look,
bottles of shit.
Let me take you off the side here, Batman. Let me chat with you here for a minute.
I like what you do, actually. That guy who ate my wife's face, I'm real glad he's in Arkham. But you're gonna need to let the Joker cook on this one, man.
Get him after this
Look.
one thing, you know. We'll still applaud you. We'll love you. We'll say, yay, Batman.
It's okay to be Gotham's second best hero. It's right behind the Joker.
We'll give you a pass on blowing up a building.
You get one free building now, man. Don't worry. Like you get a whole ass building you get to blow up just because like I just need you to be really cool with how the Joker's gonna play this right now. And the Joker's like, I don't understand. I guess they really hate ICE. And they really hate PETA. I wasn't expecting this. I don't know what to do. And he's like, I don't either. I don't really want to blow them up now. I kinda do now.
Let it
Batman
be.
just I kinda do.
Let it be, Batman.
Let it be. Yeah, everybody starts putting on the fucking makeup. Let it be, Batman. Let it be. This is what happens when the world goes crazy.
Group hug, Batman.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. And Sarah McLachlan starts like, in the eyes.
Yeah.
And they're like, I thought it was fitting.
Oh man, give me 2 seconds. My nose. I'm coming off of being sick and a life milestone. So like, I'm like in a weird spot right now. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Holy shit! Are you gonna sit here and tell me that Dan has feelings?
He's having a peak experience.
He was a hoop man
Feelings
being
in the nose.
nosy feelings. Ooh.
Nosy feelings.
Nosy feelers.
Feely nosers.
Now, normally I would completely support picking on Dan as much as humanly possible. But the reality is, like, in about a week,
Nosy.
I'm gonna be experiencing like some similar feels myself. And so in my own self-defense, I'm just saying, like, maybe don't pick on Dan.
Dan finally gets a pass. Dan finally gets a pass. Yay!
Well, you can say it if you want.
He beat me to it. He beat me to it. Why is he so smart?
He beat you off it.
Oh.
Yeah. He didn't beat you to it. He beat you off it.
But he can though.
Yeah.
Can't say it.
He can.
What if I
gonna say
would
it?
call you the weekend? Could you get it then?
The weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, the weekend's all right. It's worse than we be called.
Do you just call you the weekend? I don't
The
know who
weekend,
the
the
weekend is.
weekend, sir.
I actually have no idea
I'll
who the
put
weekend
respect
is.
on it.
Just don't call me late for dinner, yuck.
Yeah. Don't call me a big old dog in my ass.
Wait,
When
isn't it
people ask-
now when the Kill the Boer like song should come on?
Oh, he's never heard.
He wasn't
Yeah.
here.
He missed the thing.
You missed the whole
Okay,
boar.
so folks, talk amongst yourselves, and then like
The farmer!
I love everything about that. How do I make my whole personality that? How do I do that right now?
So
Y'all,
easy.
when somebody asks me what my pronouns are, I usually say just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah.
And a special surprise just for you, because I
Well,
know how you love the bit.
The what bit?
Bit. Don't you know
The
the
what?
bit?
The what bit?
Bit.
I actually do really love this bit so much.
Oh, it's so good. Motherfucker.
You're a Nazi.
Where's that soundboard at? Yeah, this shit's
Yeah,
happening.
get on in there.
Pigs in human clothing!
Hell yeah.
I got more if you
Oh
want.
yeah.
I want to hit
What
so
is
many.
Favorite part.
what is the procedure for adding things to soundboard?
Well,
Hit the soundboard button.
add the sound.
Add sound.
If you're wondering who
Be
can do it,
under 5 seconds.
Oh, like maybe I don't have permissions. That's true.
if you're wondering who
No,
can
you
do
should
it,
be able to.
it should just be the 5 of you.
Yeah, everyone can do it.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch more too.
Mm-hmm.
They made the mistake of
Yes,
giving me
well,
nitro one week.
Yeah. If you go down
Old
to open
Lady
sound.
June has to admit that they're currently like using their
Bye, have a
phone,
beautiful
and I think
time.
most of this shit is mainly accessible on the. And I can put on my headphones.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd rather just die.
That's fine.
I put some under.
Hey, bitch!
That was pretty good. I might steal that one from some of the other Discord servers I'm on.
I got Biden. You ain't black.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, you sound so much better on
The
headphones.
thickness.
How's my sound? Am I right?
Right.
Oh, right.
The audacity.
Oh, you found him. Good.
Look at this.
You do sound fine, Juniper.
Look.
Other than this whole thing that's happening.
Dun 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 dun. Wait.
The poor. The farmer.
Oh my god, that was
Yes.
actually a dope mix.
Good, thank
It
you.
was.
Dan Cohen has once or twice mixed the
We're
track.
gonna have to go back and clip that.
You might have to actually make a song out of it.
The poor. The farmer.
Hold on.
It's good. No, that
The
was actually really good.
thickness. The thickness.
Did that work?
Yeah.
The awe.
Will you fight me?
All right, some of them are fun. Stop.
We're cooking now.
Cooking with what though?
Are you sure? At this. Look.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
That's such a good one. Mindful Wellness is such a good one. So that's a good show. When's
Well,
Mindful
it's
Wellness
but
on?
no, but here's the thing, Dan. I have no idea how these appeared on my server.
I put them there.
This is lovely.
God!
I put
thank
them
you.
there.
No, God, please, no! No!
Oh, I thought for a second I thought he was screaming, "You cunt! You cunt!" No.
No.
The sexy sax is great.
That's Careless Whisper. Why is it not named right?
Well, change it.
Well, I don't know how. Wait, hold on.
You gotta go to
Edit
sound.
sound.
Hours
There you go.
later.
Edit sound. Sound name.
2 hours later.
Careless
So I've
Whisper.
got so much more too.
Sax. Solo.
You can't see him.
You can't see me because I'm hiding.
I still got a couple more I can do.
Kill
Oh,
the
see, now
boar.
I'm thinking. See, this is making me. You know, Memorial Day was recently, and I did.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Jesus. I mean, for sake, come the on. That's it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the gamer word.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys were having like a sober adult conversation. I showed up and I was just like, you know.
Fear is freedom.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
No,
for sure.
but well, no, because here's the thing. It's like I love hanging out with these guys, but like right now I'm like really fixated on like all the little sound files I used to have and be like,
don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
I gotta get the what you say.
Oh, did you come across Riley? Did you see the one?
Which one?
The Riley one.
Hey, bitch!
Yeah, I'm not clicking that one. you should literally like what you if you're gonna get me to accidentally fuck up and do that, you have to name it like the Dan button.
The Dan
Smoke
button.
weed every day.
Nope.
Smoke weed every day.
oh hell yeah.
All right.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Can I confess to you guys something I haven't told too many people? I wanted to be a shock jock.
Please.
I wanted to be a shock jock radio DJ back in like the 2000s.
Is that why we started the show?
Yeah, no, that would have been fun.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. That's basically it.
I knew it.
When I went to Nhai.
Should we do an episode where we bring Shock Jock Radio back?
Yeah.
This channel is now Morse code.
Sorry, I fucked your husband.
All right, so.
Well, you know
Sorry,
that,
I fucked your husband.
Sorry, I fucked your husband.
2 hours later. Bye. Have a
That's
beautiful
such
time.
a good sound.
Yeah. I was Blitzo. I know what that's from.
Oh, it's Brandon Rogers. Is that his name?
It might be Brandon Rogers, but it's Blitzo from Not Has Been Hotel. The other one.
The other one.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, sir.
I do.
Enjoy to the people.
Steal that sound now.
You want that?
Yeah.
I have it as a file on my that's actually off of my server, and I have it as a file on my computer. I can send it to you.
Yeah, please drop it in the chat.
The thickness.
I do like see we've got these other Sons of Triers ones, so it's like it's even funnier that you're just like, what if I tuck some in there?
I was just like, let me just slide these in here. No one's noticing.
Are you sure?
What is this?
Nice.
That was perfect.
it's all over for you hoes.
The show is now basically this, at least for tonight.
I'm not disappointed.
No, but listen, there is okay. Wait, hold on, let me send it. And then I'll well, no, I'm sending it to
Faggot little cocksucker. Stupid faggot little cocksucker.
Whoa!
It's from October 10th, 2023.
Okay.
And it is LG on a voice memo cracking up so hard, like he sounds like he's like about to piss himself and he just can't stop laughing.
Nice.
I had downloaded that, figuring out what's up with the soundboard made me think about looking for it. It's on its way to my computer now. To
Okay.
at least clips of that will appear in all their glory when I can attempt it.
Just remember you have a limit of 5 seconds.
Right now I'm hanging out with the Suns. Oh, it's gotta be 5 seconds or less? Good to know.
It's gotta be 5 seconds.
Sorry, I fucked your husband.
It has to be 5 seconds exactly.
Or less.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And it's serious about that 5 seconds. If you're like 4:59.99, that's cool with it.
Well, no, that
5:01,
was
nah.
No, I got to I had fun with sound clipping when I was doing that thing for the Skin Deep game.
It is fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, like you make the thing and it's almost like
it's pure
like
ideology.
Pure ideology.
Have any of you ever used a lathe?
I have not.
Yes. I have.
The lathe of heaven, perhaps. But yeah. No.
I don't
Random
believe that
reference.
my lathe was heavenly.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
It's pure ideology. It's pure.
The
ideology.
silence?
It's pure ideology.
No, you can't hear that.
Oh yeah.
It's
I definitely heard you swear and then say the K word.
Anyway,
it's pure ideology.
Yeah, I just want to finish my little metaphor.
Sure.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, but like when you're using the lathe thing, it's like there's this chunk of things and you're just like taking shit away.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than building. You're creating negative space and
it's pure
for sure.
ideology.
And when you think about sound editing, that's it, right? Like where do you want
it's pure
ideology. Where do you want there not to be sound? That's all.
I dig it.
Why is it not letting me upload a sound?
Did we use up all the slots? Nope, you can still add sound.
It says we can add sound.
Is it more than 5 seconds?
No, it's 1.5.
Add sound. Less than 5 seconds if you can. Add sound. This is Pressure Dan.
It should theoretically work then.
Ah, there it goes. Now it wants to work. That was a good song, Juniper. A good ass song.
Good job.
No, I'm just sorry. I've absorbed too many musicals.
It's pure ideology.
It's a sickness.
It's pure ideology.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
It's pure ideology.
There we go. Answer to everything's done. We've solved it. We can go home. There's nothing left now.
CK
Everything
the
is
comedian.
lava.
Yeah, I'm gonna find more Zizek sounds. We need some grunting, dude.
I was friends with a girl who was convinced that if she could handwrite
and I were gonna make a sex
the
tape.
name of
Zizes
the
also wants to be
band
queen and
ABBA, like completely symmetrically that she would ascend to some like higher plane of being.
Yeah.
And did she in fact manage to ascend?
You know what? Not when I last saw her, but here's the thing. If she did achieve that, then I wouldn't see her, would I?
That's, you know what? Sounds like she achieved it. Mamma mia. There she goes again.
Mia.
I have fortunately never been like fully exposed to that.
Oh, I am an ABBA fan. You can call me Swedish,
Well, no,
motherfuckers.
the actual music, but like there's apparently a stage production and then a movie.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's a little much for me.
No, but I
Yes.
have managed to actively avoid it, and I don't have any. It hasn't sullied
Yeah, I'm
the
with you
music
there.
for me yet. It's tricky with adaptations if you like the original.
It's true.
Yeah.
Namely,
Yeah, I suppose.
the opposite of disposable life. It should be something like
The opposite of
useful
disposable life.
something that we need.
Huh. I look up more phonetic shit if I want to do better. If I want to do better impersonations, meaning I just won't do it, right? But I should. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. News
I
has
have
been
no
great
idea what you're
lately.
talking about, but okay.
Yeah. Well, no. If you just want to do better impersonations, I just look at more shit about like phonetics and speech patterns and all that shit. Because like Zizek's specific thing is apparently called like a slushy lisp is the informal term for that. Which like, did anybody else know that? Because I didn't.
Oh, that's when your
Yeah. There it comes out in a fucked up spot in his mouth. You're my obsession.
I've never actually watched him speak. I've listened to videos that he's in.
Yeah.
And maybe caught a sideways glance, but I've never watched a video of him speaking.
No, I am Slavoj Zizek.
Nor
No,
met him
I
in
am
person,
Slavoj
so I
Zizek.
can't speak to his orthography.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
I think it is.
That's
Okay,
his study of
whatever.
birds for sure.
Mm-hmm. His ontology.
Yeah, exactly. His ornithoptery.
His ornithoptery. His onomatopoetology. I don't know. I'm not making fun of
But
you for the
it
word choice
does.
because I don't know what it fucking is.
But it does almost sound like he was hit in the face with a cheap wet paper bag and he's trying to talk his way through it and like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
that's like his thing. He's like, I'm the overtalk. I am the overtalker. I talk too much. You talk very little. I talk very much. 1 pound.
I mean, sounds like a man after my own heart, but you know.
Yeah. 1 pound fish, very, very cheap. This I proclaim is a function of normative capitalism. We are conditioned to expect the fish to be 1 pound, very, very cheap. But it is not fish-wise a very, very cheap fish. Why is this? And this, again, is the point, the cruelty of the capitalismus. It is this I proclaim to be the problem. Let us turn our attention to something similar, and yet not at all similar. This is what Hegel would call the sublime sensual ideal, which is different from Lacan's sublime ideal. And yet, in typical Hegelian fashion, the point is over nuanced and not at all explored. How was that? How was that, G-Jack? It wasn't bad, right?
Pretty solid. Yeah, I thought I was talking to Slavoj Žižek.
Yes. Yes, I proclaim that what one can do is, in fact, build the bitch for $750. However, we must proclaim the parts of building the bitch that are clearly poisoned by pure, unadulterated ideology. For example, $7 to build the bitch, about $250. I'm slipping in Jordan Peterson now. Shit. Alright, I get back off. That's an old Chapo bit. That's an old Chapo bit. Bored now. Alright, I'm gonna go be DA. But yeah, man. No, the whole world's been on fire. These morons keep wrecking shit.
True. Also true.
I do like that it seems to be that Trump may end Palestine for no other reason than like Benjamin Netanyahu's gonna slip up and call Trump the N-word.
That's also true.
Yeah. Like, I like that we're on the cusp of that accidentally happening and him being like, the fat fucking N-word. And then just Trump being like, I was on the phone with you, and he's like, I know, but you're fat and stupid. And then, like, Trump cries about it, and then Trump's like, okay, well, you're not my friend anymore. I can't believe it. I'm not going to let you
And
play
also, I'm going to bomb Israel.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you play genocide with me anymore. I'm real mad at you. How could you say that? You were my best friend. They must not do loyalty where you Jews are from.
Spicy.
Yeah, all sorts of spicy Trump shit, right?
What's the over-under for him busting out yids?
Yids?
As a slur. What? Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa, wee, wah. What is the... Ooh, what is that? Ooh.
Yids?
He might do
like
it.
short for Yiddish.
No.
It would have been popular like in his daddy's day. And maybe it's a word he's heard, but like nobody ever got to use it but daddy. But now that group, like if he and Netanyahu like get in a fight, yeah. I think there is a non-zero chance he's gonna bring back the Y word as a slur.
Do you think it's yids or heebs?
Oh.
Which one do you think?
See, I almost feel like yids would be too stylish.
Yeah.
I really think he's more likely.
Wait, that's the grinder notification.
It is, what? Isn't it?
How did Dan know that?
What are you talking about?
Woo!
So I threw the grinder notification in there, and I was playing it the whole time, and no one knew what it was.
I thought it was my phone.
Which, can you play it now?
Can you kill me now? Good.
Well, no, because I'm not hearing a noise.
Oh, I can't. I don't have Nitro anymore. I can't.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, I do. For one more month, I was like, "Oh, you mother!" I didn't realize I was getting charged.
Yeah.
Because I did one of those like, and every fucking time I would see like the notification of like, oh yeah, we billed you for this. It's like, fuck. So I meant to cancel that. But you can't do it on the phone.
No.
You gotta be at your computer. And that's not the kind of thing you want to be fucking around with on your work computer. No. You don't do that. So you have to do it on a computer. And,
Yeah. Can't be a work computer, though.
Yeah, they gave me a free trial like it was going to make me buy it, and I certainly do not fall for that shit.
Oh, see, I just bought it.
Oh, and which is a valid choice.
I just went hard on it
originally-
for a week. Called it a day.
Well, no, because I kept meaning. Here's the thing: I keep meaning to do things. I haven't made any icons. I used to do that shit for fun. I would love to make like little, what do you call your little emoji things that go with your server?
The emojis.
I like using them from other servers.
Yeah.
Right, but I like the idea of being able to make custom ones.
No, it's sweet.
It is.
And I believe since I am paying for Nitro, I think I can do that for Mindful Wellness.
You should be able to, yeah.
Very easily.
Right, but I never quite seem to be able to set aside the time to actually do the thing.
Ah, that'll get you.
Are you familiar with that one? And I remember every time I see that payment drop for Nitro, and I'm like, oh god damn it. I wanted to cancel that, but I wanted to keep it long enough to do that thing, but
But then the thing hasn't happened, and loop.
Whoop, whoop. The excuse train. Station.
Meanwhile, Discord has your money and sold out.
Right.
You're like, whoa, there's a way to monetize this for sure.
And white people continue to be white.
Is it FOMO? I feel like it might be
FOMO. I canceled all my subscriptions for a long time. I was doing very well.
That's true.
With that shit.
You were. And then the white man came along and fucked it up. What's going on here? Why would they blame white people for this? Just because we're guilty of genocide. Why would they say that?
I am gonna run, guys.
Which genocide?
All of them. We love genocide. That's
Talk to y'all later.
Later.
That's our thing as white people.
Bye, Farmy.
We love genocide. We can't get enough of that wonderful eradication campaign. I don't think you're allowed to say that on TV anymore. And why not? It's the core soul of white people. It's what we are. It's what we do. Unless the liberals get their way and tell us we can't commit genocide anymore. When did that become America? When did that change? Tucker Carlson, like, fucking. That's a pretty good bit. All right, we got 6 minutes. We can do this, people. I trust you. We have the technology. We have the power.
6 minutes. 6 minutes until what? 6 minutes until takeoff?
Yeah.
Until we're real done for.
Until Elon Musk shows up to get his ass beat, which is apparently a thing he does now. He's like, yeah, my little boy can beat you up, and the guy's like, I am fucking tired of you.
That man looked like he just got his chain stolen by Debo. He's so salty.
He is lying and saying his baby son worked him over, which, like, his baby son definitely is the kind of kid who will do that one day, but
not yet.
Not yet.
He's not coordinated enough to put power behind it. Although that is one thing I felt kind of convincing, like in his favor. Like, cause you know how he didn't have like a full on black eye. He had like that little cut underneath, right? Yeah. And there was a little bit of bruising, but it wasn't like his whole ass eye socket.
Right.
Cause if you get hit anywhere in your face and it doesn't break the skin, like, you're gonna end up with a black eye. And like, if you get hit hard, you're gonna have a giant raccoon eye, even if you didn't get hit in your eye.
Right. All those capillaries are gonna
break.
Elon's kid's gonna be like, I said, Better jump.
Right, but here's the thing: that little cut and the amount of bruising like around it, that says to me that something kind of small hit him right in the corner of the eye with the quickness. Like,
You think the kid did it?
something little had hands is what I'm saying.
You think the
Now,
kid did it?
whether that's some like fucking guy in the government who's never actually been in a fight and maybe he didn't even throw a real punch, he just like awkwardly not the ball of your thumb, not that part, but like the side towards your pinky of your dominant hand.
Yeah.
Well, like if you're shoving that into somebody's like
dick hole, eye,
cheekbone / eye, yeah. That's, if you're shoving it hard, it's going to leave a mark. If you're really hitting somebody, hit somebody. But it might as well be like a senior staffer or like some representative or his kid. They're all equally plausible, and that's what's kind of fucked up.
There's a lot of people who could and should hit him in the face.
Right.
He undoubtedly deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, whoever did that, dope.
Yeah, good for them.
Am I advocating violence? Not in general, but sometimes.
I always do the caveat of except fascist.
Mm-hmm. This all sounds correct.
But
I'm not hearing any problems for what it's worth.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So it's like I almost don't care. I would like to believe that it was the kid.
It is funnier that way.
Right. But if it later
I would like to believe he got a new Dommy mommy.
I'd like to believe he's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea of his son just being a sociopath and just being like, "Daddy, when Daddy bleeds, I'm happy," and him being like so socially like fucking like underdeveloped that he does not realize like that's not healthy.
The kid, you mean?
Yeah, like that little fucking freak. The little test tube freak.
Wait, isn't that the plot of like Damien, like or like the Omen?
Yeah. I like the idea that child is a demon, that he is hellbred, and he's too stupid to realize what he's got on his hands. He's like,
can do anything,
son.
son.
So cool.
So like the kid in Good Omens? The kid in Good Omens?
Yeah. Except like the kid in Good Omens is like a nice boy. Like he's a little sweetheart, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that was part of the thing. Like he was the kid at the center of the story was supposed to go to this terrible American couple.
Mm-hmm.
And this like the third baby, like it was this like whole dominoes thing. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, like the kid that his parents should have had or was supposed to have. How the fuck? I can't remember. Anyway, long story short, the actual Antichrist is they think they're raising the child Antichrist.
Yeah.
And it's just some kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual Antichrist is being raised by like nice parents in England somewhere. I mean, like, I already got some evil index on it, like being on Pedo Island, but
yeah. you know. No,
Yeah, like
that's
but
the fun part of that
but
book.
like they say, original sin. Like like we all apparently, if you follow that doctrine, like once we make it to like sapient, fucking you're already in debt.
Yeah.
You're already in debt. What a great system. What a great system.
Perfect. Only could have been made up by a just and loving God who knew what he was doing, and not a bunch of drunks 5,000 years ago who were like, how can I make my wife accept the fact that I'm going to marry another woman?
That I can't remember what sect it was, but like Lee was talking about a sect I had heard of. Oh, the Gnostics?
The Gnostics, yeah.
What about them?
That basically part of their teachings was because like I don't know if you've read like what is commonly considered quote unquote the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Old and New Testaments, King James Version.
Right.
I did once. It sucked.
Sorry?
I did once. It sucked.
I just like when
Would
God
not
freaking
recommend.
strike with all the plagues.
Well, but here's the thing. The character of God is very different in the original versus the sequel, right?
Oh, yeah, he is. Hell yeah.
It's it's as if it's not the same God at all.
Right.
And that apparently that was what the Gnostics were on about.
Yeah, they believe in the demiurge, which is a false god who's not bad, but he is false. But he's also mean. Then there's like a female god.
The lore. Yeah, apparently the lore gets pretty deep. I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, it gets super deep. Oh yeah. That's all the more I know about it because like I don't actually care. Like I'm like whatever,
Well, no, but I've been a mythology buff since forever. Damn.
I understand you have. I personally don't care, so I'm not going down the dive. If you're a mythology buff, you should do the dive. It's a great dive. It's just not for me. I'm tired.
Thank you. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. I can't take no more learning about the Son of Christ being the son of the demiurge, and the demiurge being Christ, and so he's his own
I'm
son,
gonna be
but
on
somehow
vacation
he's
soon.
But you enjoyed it when you did it, right?
No.
You didn't? Okay. Well,
No,
that ruins that.
To be fair, though, when I want religious theory, I go to the one definitive source of religious theory that I know is true. I go to the people who believe that the Japanese are the lost tribe of Israel.
Oh, the right one. Gotcha. Okay.
The guys who are just obviously correct, right? The guys who are just like clearly.
I go to the people that run the statistical analysis of when Waffle Houses close due to an incoming storm.
Shout out to my homie Yakub.
It is so far it has proved to be a really interesting index to follow. Same as when a wave of COVID is starting to hit, the number of Yankee Candle purchases, like the reviews for purchases off of Amazon or whatever, who are like, oh my God, I got my candle and it didn't have any smell.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And gee, when you plot that against, like, say, wastewater studies, gee, wouldn't you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Data science is fascinating.
It is fascinating. No, I'm just talking about the people who do Shin Megami Tensei Atlas Japan. They're like ardent believers in the lost 12th tribe, or the lost tribe of Israel being the Japanese. They're like incredibly hard on it. So all of their games start off with the premise is like, what if the Japanese were actually Jews? Now let's make a video game.
But I mean, where's the? I'm sorry.
Creative.
Maybe I'm dumb for asking, but like,
where's the lie?
But where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
I don't understand the formula.
What do you mean?
Maybe I'm just too dumb. I don't know. I don't. And like, to be fair, I'm not an expert in the sociopolitics of that era, so I can't intelligently speak on the subject.
Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, you know well, what they envision is that the lost tribe of Israel wandered across Asia and ended up in Japan. That's it. They crossed the ocean, ended up in Japan. But like that doesn't explain the Ainu. That doesn't explain.
That's some sort of song lyric, isn't it?
What?
Started out pimping, ended up balling.
Yeah, that's a sound.
Okay.
That's the lyric. Yeah, you got it. So yeah, that's basically it. But like,
they were God's chosen, and then they fucking ended up in Japan, which is like, not for nothing. Their culture is very interesting and rich.
Well, that's why they had to wander the desert for 40 years. They got lost real hard. They're just that bad at directions. You know, that's one of my favorite.
And in so doing, they had to cross through China, and that is why on Christmas, Jewish families eat Chinese food.
Correct.
That's right. That is right.
I've solved racism. You're welcome.
You have. Also.
Thank you, Juniper.
I really want Atlas to fight the Mormons next.
Blessed.
I want them to just shit all over the Mormons and be like, you follow a demon.
Fight the Mormons. Fight the Mormons.
All right, it's 11:24. We love you guys. Don't die. Bye.
Mormons are far too